Hello, and thanks for joining us for a preview of WinDocks. WinDocks delivers Windows container support for Windows Server 2012 with Docker API and command support. We're running the Docker daemon on this Windows Server 2012 R2, and on the left is the Docker daemon or the server, and I'm running the standard Docker client on the right. Normally this would be running on a client-server environment. In this case, for the purpose of this demo, we're going to run them both locally. We're going to focus today on the use of WinDocks for support of .NET and SQL Server development and test. I've already started a SQL Server 2012 instance, did that with the Docker run command up above, and we have the container ID, the port at which this container is accessible, and we have the SQL credentials for this container. I'm going to copy the credentials, and we're taking note that the container is at port 10,001. And I'm going to start up a .NET application for testing. In the test folder here. And we'll do that by opening up the win.config file. We'll edit the port for this, and we'll update the credentials. We'll save this file and close it. And now when I run the docker build command, I'll run it against that local folder, and it will copy the .NET application as well as the web.config file and get this container created, and it will include the credentials and the port, and you can see it's already returned. So now we can start this container by utilizing the container ID that's provided. And once that's running, we then can access this application and continue on. I'm going to come back to the creation of that second replacement SQL container in a moment. So this container is running. The .NET is running at port 10,002. So let's open up a browser and navigate to this instance. Oh, I've already got 10,002 in my browser. And here we go. You can see that we picked up the port for the SQL container along with the credentials. We can access that database. And let's, for the sake of the demonstration, let's run a test where we would delete one of the rows. Now we'll come back and access this database again. You can see that we've dropped a row from the database. So at this point, I've completed a test pass, and let's go back to this whole notion of creating and discarding containers. I can show you how quick and easy it is to create a replacement container for the SQL Server instance. So in this case, we'll create a SQL 2012 container. Now the test database is actually included in the default instance that we have on this server. An alternative approach which we'll support will be to include the database through a Docker build command, as we just demonstrated with the .NET container, and that will build a customized container including the test database. And the SQL is now running. We can see it's at port 10,003. You can see that we have these credentials. So again, I'm going to copy those credentials. We'll go back to the previous instance, change that port. We can update the password that we're using in this case. And here we go. We've got the updated database. And so it's just that quick and simple. We're very excited about WinDocks and how it will provide a more efficient way for developers and testers to provision and develop and test .NET and SQL Server environments. As you can see, we can provision a fresh SQL Server environment in just a matter of seconds, just as we did the .NET environment as well. And there you have it. We believe that Windows containers are going to rapidly become mainstream tools for a broad range of .NET and SQL Server development. And if you're interested, please visit us at WinDocks.com. If you're interested in pursuing an evaluation, you can sign up, or you can email us at info@windocks.com. And thanks for joining us today.